I want to continue our discussion about how to organize a piece of writing. Specifically, how do we take all those diverse parts that would go into an essay and tie them together to create one coherent whole. The principle that I like to teach my students is that like ideas go together, meaning that the more similar two ideas are, the closer they should be to each other in your essay. And if you do have to switch from one idea to a slightly different idea, you need some kind of link or connection to glue those ideas together. We're going to look at three different techniques. First, transitions, those connections between ideas that link things logically. Second, signal phrases, and this is how we smoothly integrate other people's ideas into our own. And finally, a thesis echo. That's a way to reiterate your main point and tie everything into it. Transitions can be words, phrases, or sentences, and they show a logical connection between one idea to the next. For instance, the word therefore says, I'm telling you something as a result of something else. In arguments, it's especially important to remember that because we're dealing with logic, the topic sentence of a paragraph might not come to that very last sentence of that paragraph. Therefore, the first sentence should be some kind of transition. A sentence that says, this is what the paragraph is about, and this is how it's related to the whole or what came before. Now this is where you want to pause the video for a minute and check out this real student essay that I've annotated and see how she used transitions to link one idea to the next. Next we have signal phrases. And basically what this is, it takes borrowed source material and thinking that's not your own, and it smoothly takes you from yourself to that other piece. And it clearly also distinguishes between what you say and what you've borrowed. They can be very general statements like critics or groups of people, or you can get down to that name and a face and tell us exactly who said something. Again, pause the video for a few minutes and carefully study how this student used signal phrases to transition from what she says to what others say. Finally, we have a thesis echo, and it really is those words and ideas that show that your subparts are connected to the whole. A technique that I like to tell my students, part of their pre-writing exercises should be to write out their claim or their thesis statement and brainstorm all the different ways they can say the main words of that thesis statement. That way when they go to create thesis echoes throughout their essay, they can use a variety of words to say the same thing. Again, here's how this student handled a thesis echo. Pause the video and carefully studied how she did what she did. Finally, I'd like to look at a whole paragraph from the student's essay. Pause the video and study how she used sentences, transition phrases, thesis echoes, and signal phrases to connect everything within the paragraph to the ideas around it, as well as that paragraph to the whole.